time has already proven that in 10 years, a growing market would shrink into two dominant players. There might be other players in the field, but there will only be two dominant players. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can position yourself as one of the dominant players in your field. Are you ready? Let's get into the video. Anyways, before we begin this video, my name is David Igbason and I'm currently on a 365 days content creation challenge on marketing and sales to help as many business owners build global brands. And all I need from you right now is to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and drop a comment that says, today I'm one step closer to building a global brand. Have you done that? Now let's get into the video. So the thing is, most people in a growing market tend to become very comfortable because it's a growing market. Of course, there are going to be a lot of customers for any brand that jumps into a growing market. But it is dangerous to feel comfortable in a growing market. Why? This is because most of the customers have not decided who their leader is yet, because the market is still growing. Eventually, the customers would train themselves to believe and to choose who their leader is. And no matter the amount of marketing you do, you cannot become the leader in that space. You see, in every niche, there are three kinds of markets. We have the growing market, we have the maturing market, we have the established market. Now, for a new market, basically like a new kind of product, for instance, the fintech that just came into Nigeria not so many years ago. But I think that's even a maturing market anyways. So let's just take that for example. A growing market is a market where we have a lot of players because the barrier of entry is still very low, and people can easily just get into the market space. All right. And most people have not decided who their major player is, or most customers have not decided who their major player is. Then we have the maturing market. Maturing market is when people are already instinctively saying, let me use this brand, let me use this brand, let me use this brand. All right. At that point, we're having probably 5 out of 50 other brands that came into the market. We have probably just 5. Then the last one is the established market, where we have just 2 brands that are dominating that space. Only 2. And the reason why there are only 2 is because of the law of duality. And I'm going to talk about it in my next video. Because we must have the major brand and we have the one who is against that brand. You understand this? So, yes. That's basically how it is. So, now, I have an analogy for that. If you have a broad road that can contain 10 cars, all right, most of the cars are comfortable. Everybody's moving at the same speed, very high speed. But then we have these 2 brands that they know that this broad road that can contain 10 cars or 10 lanes gets narrowed to contain only 2 lanes. And guess what? They position themselves on those lanes. The other cars have no idea what's coming. So they keep going, they keep going. As they go, you will notice that they begin to reposition themselves back. Those who are running too fast, eventually they will crash. But those who are not running too fast, they would begin to shrink themselves. And of course, they will be behind those that were already on that lane before. Do you see that? So that is the concept that guards the market, right? Or the establishment of your space in the marketplace. You don't just think that because you have a good product and the market is growing, you should become comfortable. And this is what this means for your business. If you are number 1, your job is to stay as number 1. No go lose guard. No, don't let anybody take your space. That's your job. You would defend everything to stay there, right? No matter the amount of marketing, no matter the cost of marketing, pay that price, because when you own the perception as the leader in the minds of people, there's nothing can take it, except you violate the laws of marketing, but nothing can take it from you. And if you're number two, your job is to continue to challenge number one. You must stand as the opposition. Don't become friends with number one. No. Acknowledge them as the leader, but you have to consistently portray yourself as the reliable alternative to them. All right, because in the minds of people, they're always looking for, okay, if I don't want to use this brand, which other brand can I use? Right? Some people might just not like that particular brand. Your brand must be the one that comes to mind. And if you're number three or number four, your job is not to compete with either the number one or number two. Leave them alone. If you're number three and number four in a niche, your job is to create a new niche for yourself, a new category for yourself. It's as simple as that. Create a new category, create a subcategory or a sub niche for yourself in the market and own that place. From there, you become a leader of a niche, and you have people who will come behind you to compete again. You understand? Excuse me, you understand what I'm saying, right? So what do you do with this information? It's simple. The first thing you have to do is to know the kind of market you are playing in. If you have a if you're in a growing market, then you still have a chance because nobody owns that market yet. If you are in an established market, and you're not the leader, I think the first thing you'd have to do is just to create a new niche for yourself. It's as simple as that. Number two is to know what position you are. In my previous video, I mentioned how to know the position you are in a ladder. Right? Some people don't just care, some people don't know. All right, but eventually you get to know by doing a data analysis of the brand, your brand versus all other brands in that space, and you see which one people will choose the most. You need a data analyst for this, anyways. So you have to know what position you are playing from. Are you second? Are you third? Are you number one? Are you number 50? Are you number 200? Are you number 1000? If you're number 1000, I think you should just create a new market for yourself. Right? Just create a new market for yourself. If you are anything from number 4 going down, number 3 going down, just begin to carve out a new market for yourself, a new niche for yourself. See, the ocean is very wide. It will contain everybody. All right. Then the third thing you'd have to do is to create your own strategy according to your market. All right. Your campaigns, your everything should be according to your market. I think I'll begin to create practical videos that talks about how to actually create marketing campaigns that works. All right. I'm thinking about that, and I think it's something that a lot of people will need. Right. So apart from all of these theories I'm sharing, I'm going to share practical steps on how to actually create marketing campaigns that caught people by the throat, you know, add videos that actually works, offers, and all of those strategies, right? All of those practical things. And I hope you watch them. So that will be the end of today's video. And once again, my name is David Igbason, and we are one step closer to building our global brand. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.